Hey guys, Lawrence here, and today we're going to be talking about should you hire a mentor? Do you need a mentor to start an Amazon business and all of that? Okay. So the first question I always get is, do you need a mentor? Should you pay a lot of money to get a mentor that's already done what you want to do? The simple answer to this, guys, is yes, I do believe you should. I've hired people in the past when I want to learn something, I've paid them money to do it. And if they've actually done and proven the thing that you want to do, then it's a great way to learn it. It's a great way when you like hit obstacles and you want to overcome them and things like that, to have someone to turn to. That kind of is invaluable. Like, it's not that you can't do it alone. You probably can. Most people can do anything they want to do alone. There's enough information out there. But realize that you're going to waste a lot of time doing that. You're going to spend a lot of money doing that. You might fail a lot and learn from it. And that is one way to get to where you want to be. But at the end of the day, if you've got someone there who's already done it and can teach you, then that process is a lot better. That being said, though, you don't want to be spending thousands of pounds to hire mentors if you don't have to, okay? A lot of these people that are kind of, the gurus in digital marketing and things like this, they sell like their coaching on 5 different subjects, which, is quite impossible to do. You can't know 5 subjects like that are totally different from each other inside out and have made like a lot of money off each of them. It just doesn't work like that. If you've done it yourself, if you've spent a lot of time figuring something out, like that is your kind of speciality. You don't go to kind of university and one professor teaches 5 different subjects. It just doesn't work like that. They spend their entire time, they build their whole business around one subject and they know it inside out. So firstly, make sure the person that you're going to work with is not someone who's like, selling a course on 5 or even 10 different subjects that are all different from each other, because they may have made like 10 grand on each one or something like that. But at the end of the day, they're making all their money off selling courses or mentoring you. That's where they're actually making their money. They just showed some quick results on one platform and that's it. So make sure they know their platform inside out. That's like the one they've kind of built their business upon. And then if they're coaching you it and you pay them for mentoring, that's fine. But again, don't go spending thousands on it. Even if they're like the best thing since sliced bread, there's going to be better options out there for you. If you've got thousands, fair enough, but you've got to ask yourself, would you be better off spending 5 grand to hire this person as a mentor who may or may not have done what you want them to do? Or would you be better off spending 1,000 or 500 with someone else who looks trustworthy as well, and then spend the other 4,000 on your stock and starting your Amazon business? Obviously, that is the better option. Even if you took the 5 grand and did it all yourself, you might waste 2 grand of it, but the rest of the 3 grand may make you successful, if you know what you're doing and you're following the right strategies and tips, as I teach in these videos. But anyway, I hope that makes sense, guys. You don't want to be spending 5 grand with one person and then you've only got a grand left for stock and things like that. That's just a recipe for disaster. Make sure the person you're going to work with, you trust. Make sure they've done what you want them to do, and make sure you believe that they can help you. And that is how you're going to be successful. Again, mentoring is very helpful because you're going to have someone to turn to. But again, if you're thinking of working with someone, send them an email. Drop me an email at support@amzheroes.com and I'll get back to you within hours all the time. I never leave people waiting. And I know some of my competitors and things like that, you can message them and they'll take 3 to 5 days to get back to you with a question. And then the person who's responding to you is like a totally different person than the one you're thinking of signing up with. Like in that case, that is not a good mentor. You're signing up with someone and they're saying you're getting support, but the support you're getting it with is some person they hired from somewhere else that hasn't done what you want to do. And then that's not the same thing. You may be signing up to that person and they wrote the course, for instance, but if they're not the one giving you support, then how can you rely on them when you've got questions? Simple answer is you can't. So again, make sure when you reach out to people, make sure it's them that is actually responding to you. You don't want to be in a situation where you're getting support from someone who has a less successful business than you do, or has never even sold on Amazon, for instance. You want to make sure and do your research on that. Again, that's the main thing. Make sure they're there for you. Make sure they respond in a relevant time, because if you're sending a message and every time it's taken them 3 to 5 days to get back to you guys, that's obviously no good. You're going to want answers there and then, so you can go through and you can get your business pushing up. You don't want to wait for weekly calls or even 2 weekly calls. That's a lot of time wasted. It's better actually to have support via email or Facebook messaging, where you can just send an email, send a message whenever you like, and then get an answer the same day. Like a lot of people who will offer calls, which a lot of people think sounds amazing. Yeah, I want to get on the phone with this person. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to wait a week for each call. What if you then forget to ask them something on the call? Then you're going to have to wait another week to get an answer to that question. That could potentially block you again from starting your business. So that's obviously a bad thing. What about if you get on the call and then you forget what the person said, or you wrote it down wrong? you haven't got anything in writing to look back on. Whereas if you've got email or Facebook support, you do have that. So, there's a lot of advantages to just having email and Facebook chat support. That's what I offer with my package. And I think that's actually the best way to do it. Because at the end of the day, if you're taking up an hour of someone's time a week, they're going to charge you a lot of money for that. Whereas sending an email, I could send 10 emails to you this week and it would take me a couple of minutes. It doesn't take long to send an email, maybe 5 minutes to respond to those 10 emails. Whereas 10 questions may take, an hour on the phone to go over. And again, is that really needed? Probably not. You're going to have your information in writing. You're going to have your answers right there. And if you forget to ask something, just send another email and you get a response 2 hours later. That's obviously a lot better in my eyes, guys. So don't think that you need phone call support or you need video support or you need one-on-one meetings. You definitely don't need that. At the end of the day, there are a lot of disadvantages to that. And if you're having one-on-one meetings, especially, I've seen people charge up to 20 grand for that, which again is insane. You spend 20 grand with someone, you would have been better off just taking that 20 grand and just throwing it at Amazon, and then some of it will stick and you will figure out very quickly what works and what doesn't. And at the end of the day, you'll figure it out for a lot less than 20 grand. So you got to think about it like that, guys. Having a mentor there is very, very useful and I do recommend it. But, make sure you pick the right one. That's very important. Do your research, all that good stuff. Reach out to me, guys, as always. If you have any questions or support at amzheroes.com, reach out to my competitors, compare who responds quicker, all of that good stuff. I guarantee I check my messages multiple times a day. I'll always be back to you. Any questions you've got at all, let me know. But again, should you get a mentor? Yes. But do your research. Pick the fairest price. Pick someone who's actually done it. Pick something with the best support for you. And then get going with your Amazon business. Any questions, guys, let me know. Please like and subscribe. It really does help so more people can see this and I can help more people. Again, in the description, I've got a link to my free modules which you can watch. We'll literally teach you the basics for free on how to start an Amazon business. Watch those. Those will get you up and running. And then as always, any questions after, you can drop me an email and then I'll get back to you. See you in there, guys.